Please join your hands as we welcome the achievers from Karnataka, Ms. Chinmay P, Mr. Sandeep Badad, Mr. Sagar, Mr. Manoj, Mr. Kiran Kamate. June 5th is a very important day in the calendar, not only for India, for the world. We celebrate this day as World Environment Day. The importance of environment, the importance of ecology and ecosystem to the world is nothing more than debated, but as it is. Today we gather here for the launch and orientation of a very unique initiative called Drona. So, Chinmay ma'am, this is probably specifically for you. How should an aspirant identify if they're moving in the right direction? When does, as an aspirant, I feel that, okay, probably I'm in the right direction?
So the answer to this is that it's a competitive exam. It's not like your school exam or your college exam where you're getting 90 marks and it doesn't matter whether someone got more than you or not. Here it is a competitive edge over the people who are running the same race as you. If all of you run slowly, then one person who is the fastest among the slow runners will win. But if everybody is running fast, then your competition is with the fast runners. So you have to run fast. So how do you understand whether you're running fast or you're running slow, or how much to increase your speed by? That is when you write these tests or when you write certain other mock exams. So in these mock exams and tests, you can evaluate yourself and see where you stand. Okay, in Bangalore, if I'm getting 150th rank out of 1,000 people, then all India, maybe where do I stand? Maybe I stand at 6,000 or 7,000. But if I am somewhere in 900 among the 1,000 people who are writing the exam in Bangalore, then I'm out of the race, essentially, right? So it is very important to give due importance to test series and self-evaluation. And I think this mains mentorship program also has test series. So all the people who are serious about the mains are going to start writing tests on tests. What is the moral of the story that we gathered from today, from Sandeep sir's story also? The idea is to write. Each one of you, whether you are clearing the prelims or not clearing the prelims, from today you are going to write one answer minimum. First 3 days, read 5 answers of toppers. You can read 5 answers. No, reading is not a problem for us. Writing only is a problem, right? So read 5 answers, write 1 answer. First 3 days, write 1 answer. Next 3 days, 4th to 6th day, read 4 answers, write 2 answers. Then 7th to 9th day, write 3 answers, read 3 answers. Like this, go on increasing the number of answers that you're writing, and finally start giving the tests. So in these test series, you will understand where you stand. And only when you start evaluating yourself comparatively with the others, will you be able to understand if you're going in the right direction or you're going in the wrong direction.
Nice. So, Kiran sir, if you want to add something.
Right. Sir, I generally... So Manoj sir is referring to a matrix that I generally tell all the aspirants. So in mains, for example, in GS1, you can split GS1 into 6 components. What are the 6 components? Anyone quickly? First, syllabus has to be by heart. If I wake you up at 2 a.m. in the night and ask you in which GS paper disaster management is there, in which GS paper society is there, in which GS paper social issues are there, you should be able to tell. First, learn to keep the syllabus by heart. Syllabus has to be with you at all times. In syllabus, it gives you those pointers, it gives you those keywords. So whenever you read something, you know where your mind should start, activating the cells and learning more about a certain topic, right? Syllabus is very important. Who will tell me what all is there in GS1? Yes. Okay. Generally, I tell them to split it into 6 components. I would prefer that each one of you write this down, even if it is not useful for you, because when you write the mains, you will definitely feel what Chinmay told us that day was useful for me. Okay. 6. So I will split GS1 into 6, right? Geography, society, world history, art and culture, ancient medieval as 1, right? Post-independence and modern as 1, right? So 6 components are there. each of these 6 components, you will pick out one component. So sorry, I'm going a little beyond your question in this. Yeah, so you will pick out one component. For example, geography. I'll pick out geography. For geography, I will make 5 columns. When I'm studying for the mains, this will act like a checklist for me to prepare. So first column will have what? Your static sources. Whatever you have, your coaching institution sources or some standard book sources, first will be that. What is your second component? Last 10 years PYQs of geography. All the model answers for that should be written. Should be written and kept in a way that you just have to keep seeing before the exam. Adikinda jasti enu madangilla, right? What is your third component? Test series that you will be writing for that particular subject, right? Fourth will be value addition, your data, your codes, your statistics, all that is your fourth component, right? Fifth component? No. Yeah, toppers copy. Fifth is the toppers copy. Not all toppers will excel at all subjects. So to identify, for example, PSIR, you identify Kiran sir's toppers, the answer sheets. You find his topper copies and read those. Then there is somebody else, Sandeep Badad for anthropology. Read him. So you make a list of the toppers copies for the particular subjects and read those toppers copies. Half your work is done when you see, visualize. The optics play a huge role in terms of your preparation. So when you are going on seeing these toppers copies, little bit at least you will try to replicate that in your papers. Not fully, at least 5%, 10%. That 5%, 10% will go a long way. So do this for all your main subjects, and I think you will have a pure checklist for mains.